Morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
That man, that young man, I forgive him.
First at 6, the widow of Charlie Kirk shares her emotional message in front of tens of thousands of people gathered to honor her husband's life. We're going to have more from the memorial service in Glendale, Arizona for you in just a few minutes. But good Monday morning. Thanks for being with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Bridget Buerla. We hope you had a great weekend, the last weekend of summer, believe it or not. Fall kicks in this afternoon, and Rachel, it's feeling like it, that's for sure.
That's right, at 2:19. We're going to wave goodbye to summer. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird how that happens, but it's when the sun is passing over the equator. And we have equal parts day and equal parts nights for tonight. 2:19 is when the fall officially begins. 41 to about 51 degrees. That's the temperature spread right now. So it is a cool start to our morning, not too far off from this time yesterday. For the kids at the bus stop, though, certainly want to grab that lighter jacket. Temperatures after school or even this afternoon will be in the mid-70s. You don't need the umbrella. Today is a dry day. So temperatures across the state today, 73 degrees towards Trumbull, 75 in Bristol, 76 degrees in Hartford later on. Southeastern Connecticut, the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. Heading through the day tomorrow, we are going to see our numbers back up to near 80 degrees. In addition to that, we are going to be tracking the opportunity for some scattered showers and storms, but that really comes late in the day. So any outdoor plans for the morning and afternoon should be just fine. We'll have your full hour-by-hour rundown coming up in just around 15 minutes. As we check in with the roads this morning here at almost 6:02, we are following this one issue this morning. This is going to be over in Thompson. This is a closure that is causing a delay here. So Route 200, Thompson Hill Road, you will need to seek an alternative route because between Buckley Hill Road and Merlot Road. This is due to a crash involving a pole as well. And we have limited information at this time, but this happening yesterday at around 5:30. Your drive times to the state lines, Hartford to Massachusetts around 16 minutes. New Haven to Rhode Island is around 67. No major delays westbound 84 from Waterbury into New York at about an hour. Bridget.
All right, Rachel, thanks. 6:02 is your time. And a man is in custody in Stamford after Newington police say he allegedly assaulted a woman and took 2 kids from a home on Sunday. Fox 61's Kayla Kate is live for us outside the Newington Police Department this morning with everything we know so far. Kayla.
Yeah, this all started when police received a report about a domestic disturbance at a home in Newington just a little bit after noon on Sunday. We learned that the man taken into custody was 36-year-old John Layson Romero. Police say he allegedly assaulted a woman at the home before taking 2 kids and placing them in a vehicle. He then left the area. Newington police and other law enforcement agencies worked together to find them. Stamford police found the vehicle and initiated a pursuit. The vehicle crashed. Layson Romero was taken into custody after an extended standoff with charges pending, and the children were taken to the hospital for evaluation. And we will keep you updated throughout the morning as we learn more details about this case. Live in Newington, Kayla Cade, Fox 61.
Tens of thousands of people came out for a memorial service to honor the memory of late conservative activist Charlie Kirk. People all across the country traveled to Glendale, Arizona to pay their respects yesterday. Countless more watched the memorial service from home. Charlie's wife, Erica, remembered his long-held Christian beliefs and the strength of his faith.
Charlie was doing what he loved, arguing and debating on campus, fighting for the gospel and truth in front of a big crowd. And then he blinked. He blinked and saw his Savior in paradise.
President Trump and much of his administration also gathered among conservative leaders to honor Kirk.
Charlie's murder was not just an attack on one man or one movement. It was an attack on our entire nation. That was a horrible attack on the United States of America. It was an assault on our most sacred liberties and God-given rights. The gun was pointed at him but the bullet was aimed at all of us. That bullet was aimed at every one of us.
President Trump also said he will honor Charlie Kirk posthumously with the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Just a woman full of love. Like, if there's any way to explain her, that would be it, and full of light.
The family of a woman who was hit and killed by a police cruiser says there's an update for their fight to justice.
Fox 61's Sarah Sanchez takes us to New Britain, where a new memorial honors her life.
It has been 730 days since Katherine Cologne was struck and killed right here on West Main Street in New Britain. She was struck and killed by a speeding police cruiser. And for those 730 days, her 4 children have demanded accountability from the New Britain Police Department. But that fight will take them elsewhere. They have just learned that officer has been hired by a different department.
The family of Katherine Cologne and community members put up a new memorial for her on Sunday afternoon. It was September 21st, 2023, just after 1 a.m., when Officer Connor Reinsch, who was responding to a call, struck and killed Katherine Cologne.
She was so caring, and she was always there for me and my siblings. So on hard days, I kind of wish she was here.
The details of what happened that night are in documents from the state's attorney's office. The report found there was not enough evidence to charge Officer Reinsch with manslaughter. Instead, said Cologne was wearing dark clothes, was not in an intersection, and was intoxicated.
Throughout this whole 2 years, all we really wanted was accountability, transparency, but yet city lacked to give that to us.
For her family, they've always wanted more.
Demanding that the city fire him, which we've went to different city council meetings and demanded that.
But just last week, Cologne's family learned on Facebook that Officer Reinsch was in fact not employed anymore by New Britain Police. A post by Middletown Police says he was sworn in as an officer on August 27th.
We're going to continue to demand that he can't be an officer.
While the news about Officer Reinsch hung over the group, Sunday's gathering was really about honoring Katherine 2 years after her death.
Her name,
It also gives her family, including a 9-month-old granddaughter who she never got to meet,
Justice for what?
a chance to grieve.
She would be cheering us and saying, I'm proud of my girls and my children because they do this for me every time. Despite how much pain we feel, we continue to show up for her the way she showed up for us and our community.
Organizers tell me they'll take their efforts to Middletown, although they don't know what that looks like just yet. Reporting in New Britain, Sarah Sanchez, Fox 61.
6:07 now. The Hartford Athletic walked out on a match Saturday night following a verbal argument between players. The team claims a Pittsburgh Riverhounds player used racially offensive language, which prompted players and staff to stop the game. Pittsburgh denies the accusation, but is cooperating with the league's investigation. The Hartford Athletic has requested a full investigation into the matter. We'll have much more on this story later on in the show.
6:08 right now. An assistant football coach for a youth team is facing some charges. Police say Daniel Fazio was accused of pushing a 7-year-old player from the opposing team to the ground during a game. According to reports, the 34-year-old was coaching against the Water Oak youth football team when a disturbance happened. Fazio was charged with second-degree breach of peace, disorderly conduct, and risk of injury to a child. He posted a $20,000 bond and is due in court October 2nd. No injuries were reported. And the New Milford Bulls released a statement that says in part, quote, "The behavior of one individual is not representative of the sentiments, moral compass, or values of the entirety of a program. As a program, our core values and mission will continue to reflect respect, sportsmanship, and integrity." And it went on to say, "We as an organization are deeply disturbed by the actions that transpired by our former assistant coach. We are deeply sorry to the children that were affected."
Happening today, lawmakers will gather in East Hartford to talk about their efforts on the federal level when it comes to affordable health care. Senator Blumenthal and Congressman Larson say they want to see Medicaid funding restored, and they want the subsidies under the Affordable Care Act to become permanent. Both lawmakers are expected to speak more about their plan coming up at 11 this morning. And coming up this afternoon, state leaders will share the impact and increase for funds for special education services will have on students in our state. That's expected to happen at 12:30 this afternoon at the Naylor School in Hartford. Back in the spring, state lawmakers invested an extra $40 million for special ed programs for cities and towns.
All new this morning, the Manchester Road Race has chosen Patty Dillon as this year's honorary chairperson. In 1979, Patty won the Manchester Road Race in record time, 25 minutes and 37 seconds. And that record stood until 1985. The Windham, Connecticut native was also once called the queen in U.S. distance running. Road race organizers also say she set numerous world and national records in the early years of women's professional distance running. As for the race itself, just over 2,700 runners have signed up so far for the Thanksgiving Day race. Fox 61, of course, a proud media sponsor of the road race. And don't forget, you can catch it live on Fox 61 Thanksgiving morning. We will be out there.